Excel 2016 Module 6, pages 354 through 358. Before you can do anything in this particular portion of our module tutorial, you need to read on page 354, creating formulas with external references. To make sure that you fully understand what we're doing, you have to know what your source file is, what your dependent files are, how they're linked. Okay, so it's really important that you understand the relationship, so please don't go on until you've read that. To create the formula with external references to add the total rental income for child care centers. Step number 1. In the Urban Centers 2017 workbook, okay, Urban Centers 2017, on the summary page, click on cell B6 and make sure that B6 is the active cell. To start, what we're going to do, type your your equal sign, not your inner sign, but your equal sign. Now, click anywhere in the Petoskey workbook to make the Petoskey workbook active. Okay, so we want to come over here to Petoskey and click on it. You make sure that it's the summary worksheet that's active, and then click on cell B6. The external reference to cell B6 in the summary worksheet of the Petoskey workbook. So it should read open bracket petoskey.xlsx, which tells you it's an Excel file, closed bracket, summary, exclamation point, the absolute value of B6. Okay? Do you see it? That's how yours should look. The reference created in a 3D reference is an absolute cell reference, which does not change when the formula is copied. The formula remains in the formula bar of both the Urban Centers 2017 and Petoskey workbooks until you make another workbook active. At that time, the formula will appear in the Urban Centers 2017 workbook and then the other active worksheet. Step number 3, type a plus sign. Okay. The Urban Centers 2017 workbook becomes active and you can continue entering the formula. You need to create an external reference to the Flint workbook. Click anywhere in the Flint workbook. Here's my Flint workbook. I'm going to go ahead and click on it. Okay. You need to make sure that the summary worksheet is active and then click on cell B6 and then plus. Okay. Click anywhere in the Jackson workbook. Here's Jackson. Click on it. Make sure in your summary, I think you know where we're going. We're going to cell B6. Okay? In the Urbans, actually you need to hit your enter key right now. Okay, now back to our Urban Centers workbook. On the summary worksheet, back to cell B6, please. Okay, we cannot see this entire formula because the window is too small, so it's truncated. So I want you to go up to your formula bar, and you see that down pointing arrow right there? It says expand the formula bar. Click on that, and that's going to allow you to see the entire formula. The complete formula is now visible in the formula bar, and the collapse formula button now appears. So if you look here, this now says right here that we can that we can collapse it. Okay? All right. The formula results in cell B6, and it's going to show the child care centers had rental income of $44,263. Okay, that is the value that is returned from this formula up here. Okay. All right, go ahead and hit save and turn over to the next page on 356 and compare figure 6-17 to what you have on your screen. All right, to create the remaining external reference formulas. In the Urban Centers 2017 workbook, in the summary worksheet, select cell C6. So here's C and here's 6. Okay, type an equal sign to begin your formula. Step number 2, click the Petoskey workbook, then go to the summary worksheet and click on cell C6. Okay, Petoskey, cell C6, and then press a plus, right? Now we're going to go to Flint, okay, and we're going to go to cell, make Flint active, summary worksheet, cell C6, plus, Then Jackson, cell C6. With Jackson, we don't hit a plus. We just hit our enter key because that finishes off the formula. The value that's returned should be $46,896. Okay, and you can take a look up here and you can see those 3D references right there in your formula bar in the Urban Centers 2017 workbook. Okay, at the top of page 357, repeat steps 1 through 4 to enter the formula from cell D6. Okay, so now what we have to do is we have to do these same types of formulas, and we have to do one here in cell D6. So it's equals. Then you jump over, and this is where you have to be really careful. I just looked up, I made sure I'm on the Q3 for child care centers, right? So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to go Q3 child care centers, right? In Petoskey, I'm going to press my plus sign. Then I'm going to come down to Flint, Q3 child care centers, right? And my plus sign. Then I'm going to go over to Jackson, and I'm going to go to Q3 child care centers right there. And on Jackson, there's nothing else to add, so we press our enter key. Okay, got it? The value that's returned should be $34,426. If you didn't get that, okay, you need to delete the formula there and try again. Okay, now cell E6, the same thing, equals. Then we go over and we want our Q4 child care centers from each of the other workbooks. Be consistent. Do them in the same order, please. So this one is Q4 child care centers plus Q4 child care centers plus Q4 child care centers. Enter. The value that's returned should be $45,601. Okay? Again, if any of that didn't work for you, just go delete that formula and try again. I hope that you saw it's actually pretty easy once you kind of get the hang of it. So again, if you didn't get it, just try it a couple of more times and it's going to become very, very easy to you. All right, to edit the external reference formulas to use mixed references. Okay, why would we want to use mixed references? Well, so that we can use our fill handle, right? Because when you have that absolute reference, if you pulled your fill handle now, it's going to repeat the same formula, and that's not what we want. So what we're going to do is we're going to take out those absolute references so that we can use our fill handle, and we don't have to do this by hand every time. Okay? So to edit the external references formulas to use mixed references, step number 1, maximize the Urban Centers 2017 workbook. Okay, this is my Urban Centers right here, and I'm going to maximize it. Okay? Now, click the Ribbon Display Options button in the title bar. Okay, notice my ribbon, all our good stuff is gone, so we're going to come right up here. Do you see it right there? Ribbon Display Options, click on it. And you want to go to Show Tabs and Commands. So we have everything out. We also want to, go ahead and make this the formula bar right there. Do you see it right there? Just click on that to take it back up to normal size, because now we have enough screen real estate where we can see this entire formula and we don't need to expand our formula bar to see the whole thing. All right, we did that one. Step number 3. In the summary worksheet, double-click cell B6 to enter edit mode and display the formula for the cell. So go to B6 and double-click. Click the first absolute reference in the formula right there. Press your F4 key twice. Okay, so we should say the absolute value of B, the relative value of 6. Okay, $B6. Now remember, that's a toggle switch, so if you didn't get it right, just continue to press your F4 key until you get it right. So $B, no $6. So the absolute value of B, the relative reference of 6. Okay? Step number 5. Edit the other 2 absolute references in the formula to be mixed references. Okay? So right here, and right here. And I'll tell you right now, I'm going to stop and make sure that I got them all. And you've got to stop and be careful with this because we don't mess that up. Okay, when you have it correct, go ahead and press your Enter key. Okay, and nothing changes in your value that's displayed. It's the same thing. We just changed that to a mixed reference instead of an absolute. Go ahead and turn to page 358 because now we need to edit all the rest of these formulas, right? They all have to be fixed. So we're just going to come through here and get all of our absolutes and F4 them twice. Okay, now this one, and now this one, and now this one, and now go to this one, F4 it twice, F4 twice, F4 twice, and enter. If you need to pause and slow down and go fix those, pause right now and then always go back and check and make sure that you have the proper mixed reference. And I'm slowing down to look at my own to make 100% sure that I didn't mess them up either. Okay, once you have them all set, if you need to pause right now and get them set. If not, we're ready to move on. To copy and paste the external reference formulas, select the range B6 to E6, so B6 to E6. Then drag the fill handle to select the range B7 to E11. Beautiful. Okay, now we need to go to our autofill options button. No, actually we don't. The book's just telling you it's there. So yes, it's there, but no, we're not going to use it. All right, step number 2. In cell B12, okay, so here's B and here's 12. We want to auto-sum B6 to B11. Hopefully by now that is just something so fast for you, you know exactly where to go. And our total should come out to $163,016. Now all we have to do is copy that formula across, right? Handy dandy, easy and quick, my favorite way to do it. Your book is going to have you check those values. Okay, 152,010, 144,197, and 153,921. All right, step number 4. In cell F6, enter the sum function to add the range B6 to E6, B6 to E6. And now all you have to do is autofill that, right? And now we're going to take a look at step 5 in the book, and we're going to make sure that we have the right numbers. Music's practice, 102,303. Medical centers, 170,087. Religious centers, 20,304. Miscellaneous, 44,752. Retail, 74,512, which makes for a grand total right there of 613,144. Perfect. Step number 6. Format the non-adjacent range B6 to E6. Here's B6. Here's E6. F6 to F11. Here's F6 to F11. And B12 to F12. Just like that. The accounting style, no decimal places. Okay. Are things like that going a lot faster for you now? You say them, it's pretty quick, right? Format the range B7 to E11. Comma style, no decimal places. Okay. And then B11 to F11. So here's B11 through F11 with a bottom border. And then deselect. All right, compare what you have on your screen with figure 6-19. And you're ready to save this file and move on to your next video.